shows the sizes of future egg are called primary oocytes. They are surrounded by another granulosa or follicular layer of the cells, becomes a body in the ovarian cortex, which is called as a primary follicles. These primary follicles till birth or till puberty rises up to the number of 60,000 to 80,000, which cause ovarian maturation. Most of these follicles also show degeneration called follicular atresia, follicular death. When these primary follicles are rises up to 80,000 in the ovarian cortex, ovary becomes mature. This ovarian maturation of the ovary sends a signal to the hypothalamus to release the GnRH hormone. The GnRH hormone activates the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, which releases the FSH. The FSH goes on one of the primary follicle and convert it into the secondary follicle. This is the effect of FSH. When FSH follows on the primary follicle, it becomes a secondary follicle. What has present in the secondary follicle? These granulosa cells or the follicular cells develop as theca external and theca internal layer. Inside is this diploid primary oocyte. So one thing should be remember: secondary follicle contains primary oocyte, not the secondary oocyte. So this secondary follicle, when it develops, it releases estrogen hormone. Estrogen gives negative feedback to the pituitary gland to decline the level of the FSH and increase the level of the LH. When LH comes and falls on the what follicle? Secondary follicle. The LH converts this follicle into the tertiary follicle. See, this is a tertiary follicle. The tertiary follicle shows development of theca externa, theca interna, corna radiata, zona pellucida, secondary oocyte, first polar body, and antrum cavity. The primary oocyte this time shows meiosis first and become a secondary oocyte. The secondary oocyte is a human egg which is incomplete yet had to do this meiosis second. Along with secondary oocyte, there is a one small cell called first polar body which will degenerate in the future. It becomes just to make the egg haploid. The another acellular coat, glycoproteinic coat which surrounds this egg is called the zona pellucida. Zona pellucida outer side had these red types of cells. These are called corna radiata. Within them are small cavities called antrum, which are fluid cavities, and outside is theca externa and theca internal layers. The tertiary follicle enhances the level of estrogen, which itself enhances the level of LH. When LH increases, it converts tertiary follicle into the Graafian follicle. In this Graafian follicle, what develops? Nothing develops, but this antrum cavity becomes very large. When this antrum cavity becomes very large, the follicle shows preparation for ovulation. At this Graafian follicle stage, the LH goes in peak. It is called LH surge. LH becomes very peak. Because estrogen goes in higher concentration, tertiary follicle increase the level of estrogen. Estrogen itself increase the level of LH. When LH becomes LH surge, it shows what it shows? It shows the rupturing or the degeneration of this follicle. When the Graafian follicle degenerates, it releases the egg called human egg. The human egg comes out from the ovary. See here, human egg comes out from the ovary near the stigma, and that egg is along with corna radiata, zona pellucida, secondary oocyte, first polar body. It is going in the fallopian tube for fertilization or degeneration. The remaining part of this follicle within the ovary becomes a yellow color body called corpus luteum. The corpus luteum becomes the storehouse of the progesterone. If pregnancy does not occur and egg is adolescent, then this corpus luteum will again degenerate, become corpus albicans. In this way, this folliculogenesis shows the termination of the follicle at the stage of the corpus albicans. Corpus luteum converted to corpus albicans. Corpus albicans means fertilization does not occur. Corpus luteum shows the secretion of the progesterone and egg comes out. This is the Graafian follicle which ruptures by LH surge. When follicle rupture called ovulation, it is called biologically ovulation, OVLUTN. And ovulation means egg releases from the ovary. If the tendency is absent in the female, means any female has not the tendency of the ovulation, that is called anovulation disease. So ovulation is a phenomenon when ovary releases its egg, rupture its Graafian follicle by LH surge. So in this way, LH becomes the ovulatory hormone. Wish you all the best.